Hello everybody and welcome. I am going to be going over a guide on Inferno. I have actually been playing it since last patch. This unit is by far one of the single probably strongest units in high elo right now. Um, this character's got really ridiculous DPS output as well as survivability. I am going to go over features. Uh, we'll start off with the main handguns. So you have two shotguns, all right? Which also, if you hold down, is a sniper rifle. If you are just starting on the unit, you do not tap both of them to shoot both of them at the same time. You have to right click, left click, right click. If I just tap both, it starts charging the sniper rifle mode. Now, the sniper rifle mode takes a second to charge. But if you also hear that, it has a massive audio cue. The best way to get a grapple of it is a lot of times it's visually for me, it's actually really hard for me to see that charge up. For me, it's actually easier to hear the audio cue over the charge up ability. For some weird reason, my brain does not like looking at the charge feature. As you can see, it's fully charged up at the top there. If you go that, see it's not doing that. I do that, it's charging again. And there we go. So when you charge up, it's easier to listen to the audio cue to fire. Another tip, it is more ammo efficient to do the charged attack than it is the shotguns. Reasons why you would use the shotguns over the other is if you're trying to finish off a target really quick. The normal shotgun pellets do a lot more damage overall than the sniper rifle mode, but you're trading off big burst of DPS for the sacrifice of needing to constantly recharge your weapons. A lot of times you would want to do this, and when they get low, I didn't listen to the audio cue, I'll let go like a little bit before. So the audio cue is to let you know that it is ready. So yes, this does a lot of damage, but the thing is it's very unreliable, and you need to be really close for all of it to hit. As you can see right there, all the pellets didn't hit. You need to be probably about here, not even there. You actually need to be a little bit closer. So you need to be about right here for the sweet shot for the shotguns to all hit. Now, as you can see, each one of those pellets do about 362 damage. For a longest time, we thought the 3 increased damage. It does not. Even though it changed the look of your guns, I think what it does do is increases tick rate of your 2 and your 1. So, like, we'll say if it gives you 3 extra ticks. It is, I'm going to say you this, so we haven't quite kind of figured it out. I'm sure there's Inferno mains, probably like Hino, that probably, if you're wondering who Hino is, they have been #1 on the leaderboard in the US or North America for a while. Um, they would probably know the exact. Your 3 is more of a utility to get you out. To be honest, I would like to see the feature of the 3 giving more damage, because then you're also trading damage for your survivability, making it easier for the other units to be able to pick you off. Right now, I would put Inferno in the S tier. You pick it up, you can easily carry games with it. It is kind of a clunky character to get used to. Um, so another thing we're going to go over is the 1. The 1 is like a shotgun. If you get up close and personal, it will hit multiple times. It can hit... So if, like, you're wanting to burst down, like, a Stego shield or something along those lines, just having this... So each one of those can hit. And it does a tremendous amount of damage if you do hit all of them. So each one of those can hit multiple times. It can also be used for tagging and hitting multiple targets. You can use it for up close bursts, and you can use it to tag units. This is really good for if a Solaris isn't trying to keep you from doing damage and trying to kill you constantly. If they go onto somebody, press your one. Your one, as long as it stays on them, will keep them from going invisible. It's a little easier to do than Lumi switching over to Chaos mode to stop Stellaris' stealth. The next one is the Beam. The longer this runs, the more damage as it does. As you can see, it's ramping up damage. The thing is, the tracking on this isn't the greatest. It is better to be used on targets that are not being really mobile and moving like that can move to the side really quickly. Like your two, if the Lumi is sitting still for a moment, it is good to press two, get a quick burst of damage, and then deactivate your two. A lot of times, most Lumis are not going to sit there and let themselves take that. I kind of consider it the Miku beam, kind of, but whenever you move it, so let's see here. A lot of times it has a hard time following tracking if you're fast enough. If you end it early, it will take like about close to 9 seconds to regenerate if you run it long enough. Um, and then your three. Your three gives you a burst and lets you have the dashes. You can use this to save players as it will take aggro. If you leave it long enough, at most you'll have is about a 6-second cooldown. The thing to do is to do like that and then let go of it. So you want to constantly rotate it. If you leave your three up, you are letting yourself be easily able to kill. The thing about Inferno is how hard it is to kill by rotating that three. So another thing is about the three is it stops CC, meaning you can get out of melees. You can even get out of Aquila's claw. If Aquila is to claw you, you can get out of it. The only issue with things like Aquila Claw is it does not remove the visual effects as well as the anti-lock on whenever Aquila claws you. It will not remove effects like that. So if you do get Aquila clawed, you can still go after them, but you will have to manually aim in order to go after the Aquila. 1 second, I have got a phone call and I have no idea where my phone is. We'll ignore it for the moment, but as for now, this is pretty much the basics. One of the frustrating things that can happen to you is if Panther moves units to the side that you are really close to, they basically can stop your damage from your 2 and your 1. 1 sometimes will take a while to stop. Speaking of, I forgot about a mechanic with 1. Your 1 also will shut down homing missiles like Stego's homing missiles on its 3, as well as Falcon's missiles. And I'm getting double called. Give me a second. About that. So, other hidden mechanics. So, another thing you can do is you're kind of like in a sense of a sniper that you can finish people off. Your sniper does do a lot of damage and does a lot more damage whenever they have no liquid armor. It is just like a sniper. Think of it like a Naru. As soon as that shield gone, it just does an absolute shit ton of damage. As you can see, it's doing about 20% of HP, and then the rest 80% liquid. So let's get it low, let it recharge, let it come back. We're going to get rid of the liquid shield here. So So that's how much damage it would do if they have Liquid Shield. So it's actually a little bit less than 20% now that I'm looking at it. It's more on the lines of almost like 8%. And not even 10%, it almost looks like. So let's get rid of that Liquid Shield. Alright. So now if we do this, it's doing a lot more damage to that health. So each one is doing 6k damage per of the rifle, which it hits twice, by the way. So if you do that, it does a lot more damage. Now, the shotguns, on the other hand, just... if you can get up close personal to a Tricera, the shotguns just do way more damage. Like, your shotguns do more damage, you just eat through your ammo. Now, and a good note, it is good on average to kill a unit as fast as possible. What isn't good is you've killed a priority target, and now you have nothing but your abilities to follow up. Yes, Infernos 1 and 2 do a lot of damage, but you gotta be able to secure those kills. And a lot of times, even with one charge of the sniper, you need about 2 to finish off after ability. Normally, sometimes it might take more than 2, depending on the unit and how big their HP pool is. So wasting your ammo is not the greatest, as each one of those charges on each one of those hands is 9 seconds long. Meaning, one bullet on that takes 9 seconds to reload. To give you an idea, I believe Howitzer is 16 seconds to fully reload. Meaning, Howitzers, on a long run, can do more damage than these can over a period of time if you just spam it. Well, kind of. If you use the shotguns, yes, but your reload is so bad that you definitely feel it if you just spam your shotguns. I would recommend only using shotguns on a high priority target, which would normally be like either Tricera or Stego that you're currently bursting down. Stego is a good priority target as it deals a lot of damage. Tricera would be a priority target if it was on Palm Bay or launch site. God forbid if you get stuck on one of the sides of launch site, because one of the spawns for one of the side of the teams is all jacked up, meaning it is normally out of your favor most of the time whenever you play launchment site. But we'll get in that little finacle a little bit later. Inferno, that pretty much covers the basics. Um, just so you know, if you're wanting to stop missiles, just remember to use your 1, as it will keep your team from getting hit by those homing missiles. It does not stop like things like, let's say, Stego's main ballistic missiles are something like Welkin's rocket launcher. It won't stop any things like that. It only stops homing missiles, kind of like how Tricera will kind of shoot them down. But hope you all enjoy and have a good day. Thank you all for watching and take care.